Hey guys, it's the Camel again and welcome back to our coaster. Yes, obviously, I'm very happy to record this episode right now because it's since the last time I just was hoping to get another great episode out with a lot of comments, and this episode was quite well in terms of comments, and basically I fooled you a little bit. I have to say at the beginning, I do have a little bit of a photo which I will blend into this episode right now, so you can see now in some notes I took even before I was doing this coaster, and I kind of did some things by on purpose just to fool you a little bit. And before going in actually to revamp the coaster, which I will be doing in a little bit of a time lapse without commentary, and then we will see each other again at the end when we will talk about the new layout. But I did those things for a very specific reason. So last time when I released the first episode of our coaster with the definitely wrong suspended coaster, it was definitely my fault. I just messed up in my research. I had no idea of suspended coasters in general, and so I just went there in with a mistake, which I knew before the episode, but I thought, okay, let's get it out anyway and let's see what happens. And in fact, what happened then is that you guys tend to comment way more than if the episode or the coaster would be perfect in the way. And so I did a lot of research on inverted coasters in B&M styled, and I thought I should do some mistakes on purpose just to give you guys a little bit to rant about. I think, of course, I could go in and do some, for example, go, and as many of you have comments, there's a certain rule about first gen inverted coasters of B&M as a manufacturer, and those are pretty easy to kind of rebuild in real life. And the thing is, I kind of can't explain how I don't know how to explain. It's not the way I want to make this serious running. I do want to build a coaster on my own, an own layout, an outstanding layout in terms of originality, and also in terms of coaster enthusiasm, and just that we together as kind of a community build a coaster. And I think it would be less exciting to build just a best of coaster of like the 3 best B&M inverted coasters. Of course they would be super realistic, they would be super cool. I would do less mistakes if I just go in and make like the Black Mamba and Banshee and just take the best parts out of it, and also Nemesis at Alton Towers, and just grab the best part of it, follow the rules, build the coaster like that, and there we go. I could pump out like 3 coasters a week, and after I saying just like 10 weeks I would be a pro in rebuilding coasters. But that's not what I want to do. I want to do something more. I want to do something more in depth with you, and I think I just need to do some mistakes, even though they are on purpose, just to give you the chance to go in, rant about them, and also like a little bit of a test to see how polite you are able to give your feedback. And this is something I'm really happy about to say, that just with a few excuse, this was really great to see that all of you trying to be not as rude as possible and give your opinion of it. But without further explanation, I just jump in and tell you which ones I built on purpose. So first of all, there's no pre-drop in. That was the first thing I did on purpose. We will go in and later on change the entire lift hill a little bit. Also, this section is not that nice, although I didn't do this on purpose. I just didn't spend any look on it. But we will go in and make a little bit steeper lift hill to it to get a little bit more speed out of it. I think the height is still okay for the coaster, so we can go a little bit higher, make the little pre-drop in here, and then go into the first section. Even though I know that we should have a loop at the first element, I just don't want to have it over there. This is because of the theming reason in the end. I just don't like it in terms of the sideline you will have later on, and though I will go in and kind of do this. This section over here, you're all completely right about. It feels really forced, and I'm I said already in the last episode, I'm not happy with this area over here, but you guys gave me some really good ideas, which I will try out in a few minutes and then see where we go in the end. But then we are coming to the element which I pissed my pants, to be honest. While I was building, I was spending so much time to this element just to fool you in a way. Of course, I mean, like, come on, a non-inverted loop in an inverted coaster. What the hell? I mean, like, this is completely ridiculous. I just made this on purpose to see what your kind of opinion is and kind of to test if you guys are just like, okay, yeah, well, maybe I'm a fan of it, but I don't know. No, you just went out there and told me it's crap, and yeah, come on. We all agree on that. There is no chance we do have an uninverted loop and an inverted coaster of B&M style coaster, so what? So of course I'm going to remove that one, and we will go in with a completely normal vertical loop over here and go in. Then, as I said, of course, the section over here will be reshaped a little bit. We will have some more bank coaster elements. Then there was the idea to have kind of an amusement going on over here. I'm not too sure about if we will have enough speed there, but I do have an idea what we could do, and this is also basing on one comment. Somebody commented that we want to have maybe a tunnel over here, which is a great idea. I think I will spend my eyes into this if that's possible, but I do have an idea how that could be working, so we definitely will have a try doing this. But yeah, then about the end of the coaster, yeah, I kind of agree with the fact that it's a little bit boring over here, but there is no chance at the moment to change that in a way that I am happy with it in terms of my final layout. Some different comments I'm totally not agreeing on is like the overall layout. Some of you commented it's like an Vekoma SLC. No, I'm not sure about this. I just compared them also with Google Earth and stuff like that. It's not the perfect B&M style one. It's not compact enough, or maybe not well shaped enough for a B&M, but it's also not close to a Vekoma layout, I'd say, from all the pictures and all the things I've seen on Google Earth and just other images. But yeah, definitely there's a lot of work to do on this coaster, and as I said, some elements like the pre-drop and like the non-inverted loop, and also with this kind of not pretty good working zero-G roll over here were fully intended just to give you something to rant about. And I don't know if I will continue with that in the next coaster, because I think the next coaster will be a hyper coaster. At least that's what most of the comments say, but yeah, we will see. Maybe it's a hyper coaster. And I have to say, I have no idea how to build them, so I will spend a lot of research onto them next then, and see if that's running better than this first version. But I think I will also put in some forced mistakes into that, so to give you guys the chance to go and comment on them. I mean, it would be pretty boring to have just, as I said at the beginning, a kind of recreation. That's not the idea of this series. I just thought it would be nice to explain that a little bit. Anyways, I'll shut up my mouth now for a second, or for a few more seconds, I should say, and we'll leave you alone with the music and with the redo of this coaster. And yeah, hopefully at the end we will see each other with a pretty much better layout. So see you then, guys. Bye bye. Welcome back, guys, and yeah, as you may see, sorry, I already did a little bit of work, even after the time lapse, and the first thing, I moved the entire coaster over here, so this will be the final place of this coaster, and I already did a little bit of pathing, so this is how the path actually looks now. I'm pretty happy with it so far. I actually don't know what I will be doing over here to cover it up a little bit, but you can see we have a little bit of coaster interaction going on. In fact, we have a lot of coaster interaction going on. We will have to work a lot with some custom supports and also with some safety nets and some safety supports in general. I actually don't know, but I measured it as far as I could, and with some pretty nice fences over here we can deal with the entire thing. So it will be really narrow over here, but I kind of like this, and if I do look at Nemesis or so, it's pretty much, yeah, quite common. Oh, I do see that I forgot to yeah, we'll see on the right. Wait a second, I will just push it away a little bit so that we don't rush into terrain later on. It seems a little bit as if something changed over here anyways. Yeah, so the layout for this step now should be fine. I don't want to do anything more right now, just not to do too much, because we will have another testing right now, and then I will later on talk about some elements. What the hell is going on? Oh, it was the wrong coaster. So let's jump into actually train 1. And so yeah, according to your feedback, of course. First thing we did, of course, is we do have a little pre-drop now. To be honest, the section we are going into right now, the first thing I never tested because I just, yeah, changed it a little bit, but we will see. It seems to be okay. So this one is completely stolen from the Dueling Dragon coaster, and then I skipped the loop and we go into not perfectly smoothed Luigi roll, going then into in a half loop, going backwards into the brake section, which then goes into yeah, a pretty standard loop, which I did custom because I was struggling with the in-game ones, and I do have to do a little bit of smoothing and shaping over there. Then we do have a little bit kind of a Black Mamba area over here, which is a little bit, yeah, very highly banked curves and going through the terrain, so to say, and then going into an inline twist into the last area. And because some of you were commenting that you don't like the way how it was going into the station before, I changed it a little bit. I needed to implement some push tires as well, because somehow the coasters, if it has to stop over there, does not have enough speed to go into the station. I could make the brake run even how's it called, less effective, but the problem though is that the release speed still is not on a good value then to make it over there. So that's basically how it looks right now. One thing I'm not happy with is the opening area. In the speed build you will have seen that I did some work over here with a little helix going on before the incline into the chain lift, but I'm totally not happy with how that turned out. In the end, it was kind of slow, it was kind of, well, demolishing the whole area over here, and so it's not my most favorite part over here, but I will keep it as it is in terms of the layout, but I think it's not too bad. I actually don't like that it's going down before, but I just needed to do this because of the other part of the coaster. You will see later on why I needed to do so to get this all together, but yeah, in general I think the layout changed quite a lot, which was quite, yeah, expectable, because there was a lot I did on purpose which wasn't great at the beginning. Some things I need to work on before the final version, including your feedback of course after this episode, will be to change this area below going through the tunnel, which was also a comment which was highly demanded to go in with the tunnel over here. So I did this, I kind of planned this already before, so yes. Yeah, something I have to work on is, as I said, this area with the corkscrew over here. I want to make it a little bit more, I don't know how to call it. It's pretty smooth. It should be smooth in terms of driving in general, but it should be a little bit more hard to drive, so that it kind of pushes you a little bit more into the seats, and at the moment it feels kind of smooth to me. So same goes with this thing. I kind of want to do this not as smooth as it is in terms of how long the inversion takes. I wanted to make it a little bit quicker, so those two things I will improve, and then yeah, let's see what you guys do have as feedback to this revamp of the B&M coaster, which I think looks a lot more like a B&M inverted coaster right now. So yeah, this is how it looks. I'll go and take a screenshot for, and yeah, I'm pretty curious to see what you guys think of this second layout of the yeah, we can see we need a little bit more banking over here as well. So yeah, let's hear all your feedback, guys, and thanks as always, and see you then.